Hey everyone, this is going to be a different video from what I normally do. It's going to be non-lingerie related. I hesitate a little bit because it is related to my boobs, but it is going to be much more personal, obviously. So about, I want to say a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago now, I went in for a consultation with a plastic surgeon to see about getting a breast reduction. As you can see, I am well endowed, and I've always been on the bustier side, but definitely after having my second child, my boobs just got bigger and they don't seem to be getting any smaller because she is now turning 4 and my boobs are the same size as they were when I was breastfeeding. It just hasn't gone back for me. Again, like I said, they were always big, but now they are just unmanageably big for my frame. So I live in Ontario, Canada, and breast reduction, when done for reasons other than purely cosmetic reasons, like it's causing you back pain, neck pain, confidence issues, all of those kind of things can be covered under OHIP. So I thought what I would do today is just start talking about the whole journey that I have been on so far to getting my breast reduction covered by insurance in Ontario. Starting from the beginning, the very first thing I did was make an appointment with my family doctor. And I think for me so far, that was the hardest part, because I have this worry, and I think it's a worry that a lot of women have when discussing their health, is that I didn't want to take up anybody's time for something that obviously is not life-threatening, but it is quality of life-threatening. Like, my back and my shoulders hurt all of the time. And it doesn't matter, I'm a lingerie maker, it doesn't matter what bra I wear, it is uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable in my body. Running hurts. I recently picked up running again over the last about 6 weeks, and running hurts. Getting a sports bra that fits is not easy, and when you find one that does fit, they're expensive. And then, like, even jumping, skipping rope with my kids, like, I can't, they laugh at me when they see me skipping, because it's funny, there's a lot of movement going on here. So there's so many things that I can't do, but it's not life-threatening, obviously. So I was worried about wasting her time, but I was really, really surprised and happy when I went in and I explained to her what I wanted, and she said that she thought it was a great idea. And what she needed me to do from there was to get a list of surgeons in the area, and she would make a referral to them. So I live in a pretty rural area in, like, the northern part of central Ontario. Finding a surgeon nearby was challenging in the fact that there wasn't a lot to choose from, but I did find one surgeon who was accepting patients at that time, and I looked over her qualifications and her reviews and her website and all of that kind of thing, and she looked great. So I had my doctor forward a referral to her. Her office made a consultation with me, and in Ontario, that consultation is covered under our provincial healthcare plan. So I know in the US it's different because you have private healthcare, but I believe it would be similar in the UK and other places where you have a universal healthcare plan. So once I got there, she sat down with me and she discussed what was going on. Why was I having issues with my breasts? And I described how I have grooves in my shoulders, and how no matter what bra I wear, the underwire digs into my rib cage and it's painful, that my back hurts, my shoulders hurt, my mid-back hurts, especially, that I've been seeing a massage therapist, that it's impacting my ability to do things that I enjoy, like running and even just playing with my kids. From there, she went ahead and she took some photos, and that probably had to be the most difficult part for me, because I do not show this part of my body naked to even my husband when I'm just standing up, because I'm so self-conscious of this area of my body. So standing there in front of her completely loose and hanging was quite the experience, but she had to take some photos and some measurements and that kind of thing to forward to our provincial insurance plan in order to get the approval process going. From there, I think I mentioned she also took measurements, and we discussed what my ideal end goal would be. And I thought one of the interesting questions she asked me like, what cup size would you like to be? And I said, I would like to be a C cup. To me, a C cup would be great. I'm currently in a G, so a C sounds great. There's still some there, but it's totally manageable. I could go without a bra and be comfortable. And then she asked me, if you had to be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, what would you prefer? And for me, at that time, I said I would prefer to be smaller. Now that I am getting closer to having this procedure actually done, I'm realizing that maybe I would prefer to be a D over a B. I'm not really sure. I'm struggling with this part a little bit, but I do have time to think about it. So after that conversation and going through some of the risks, which include infection, of course, with any kind of surgery, that's always a risk. And the other thing that's fairly specific to any kind of breast surgery would be loss of nipple sensation, or even, I believe this, I'm not going to use the right term, but basically some of the tissue can potentially die and they will need to like basically create a new nipple for you. That would probably be the most rare and serious complication from that surgery.
Just a little edit here to make sure that you do research the potential complications of the surgery and make sure your surgeon goes over it with you as well. This video isn't meant to give medical advice, so please do research on your own and consult a professional.
So after all of that was said and done, the office sent off my information to the insurance company, and within about, I want to say 6 to 8 weeks, I had heard back that I was approved, which was wonderful. However, it was still in the middle of a lot of the pandemic closures and that kind of thing. So there was a big backlog in surgery dates, especially because I am in a more rural area. So there was only one hospital that has the facilities to do this surgery unless I wanted to go privately and pay out of pocket, which is just not an option for me at this time. So I waited and waited and waited and didn't hear anything. So I followed up with the surgeon's office and we had to resubmit my application because it had been over a year. And then once again, I waited another 6 to 8 weeks and it was approved again, as I was approved originally. And from there, I was given a choice of 3 dates. And I chose the date that is closest, which is going to be in the beginning of May. That is only like 3 weeks away from today. So now it feels like it's moving really fast after everything went really slow for such a long period of time. So that's where I'm at right now. When I originally started telling my friends and family members about having this surgery, my mom was going to come and help out and stay with me and help with the kids. Unfortunately, she also recently had surgery and had some complications from that surgery. So she's not going to be able to help, but I have enlisted the help of a bunch of friends and family and my husband, of course. The idea of being out of commission and not being able to be the primary parent in my household is really scary to me. I know my husband is 100% competent and able to do all of the things I do. It's not rocket science, but it is still nerve-wracking nonetheless. And just the thought of being in pain and all of those things, that is quite worrisome, especially because I've never, other than having children, I've never experienced anything like that before. So it'll be a first for me. If you have any words of wisdom, if you've gone through this yourself, please let me know. I'm absorbing all the information that I can. So in the meantime, as I prepare over the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing a couple of little sewing projects because of course I have to connect that into what's going on in my life. And the one thing I'm going to do is sew a mastectomy pillow. I've seen a few of these online and they look simple enough to make. And the reason I want to make one is because I have about a 45-minute drive home from the hospital, and I'm going to have other times where I'm going to need to travel places and that kind of thing while I'm still quite tender in that area. And it's supposed to help alleviate some of the pressure from the seatbelt on your chest. And even just for doing other things and just for comfort, I've read that that is a good thing to have. So I'm going to make a mastectomy pillow. I am not going to make any surgical bras because I'm not going to waste my time on something that I'm going to probably ruin with blood and who knows what else. But I'm probably going to pick up something cheap off Amazon, and then when I'm healed, I am going to get all the little bralettes, the little lacy bralettes, the backless tops. I'm going to get all of the things that I've never been able to wear before, and I'm going to wear the heck out of them this summer. So I've been telling my friends that this is going to be the no bra summer for me, and I am super, super, super excited. So anyways, that's what's going on in my personal life. I'm going to do a couple more vlog type videos about this process. If you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them in a follow-up video or just answer them in the comments. And if you've been through this process before, let me know. How was your recovery? How much help did you need? How much time off did you need to take? I'm lucky in that I work from home and I can kind of set my own schedule, and as long as I have kind of gotten ahead of all of my orders, I feel like I should be fine in that regard. I'll be able to still answer emails and stuff like that, I would assume. But it's more the taking care of the kids part that I'm the most worried about. So if you have experience in that regard, please let me know. If there's anything that you found really helpful in your recovery, let me know as well. I know I'm planning on doing kind of some big batch cooking ahead of time that I can freeze, because my husband, as wonderful as he is a terrible cook. So I would like to have some good food prepared ahead of time. And that's all I can think of. I think maybe I'll try to read a book. I haven't read a book in years because I'm always busy with my kids and other things. I'm hoping I can still crochet because I've been making these adorable little strawberry earrings, and I would love to make a whole bunch of those. That's all. That's all I have. That's all I have for now. That's the process. In a few weeks, I'm going to be having surgery, hopefully, as long as nothing comes up. And I'm excited and terrified. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble, and I will be posting more soon. Bye.